Hi everybody. These are the days of miracle and wonder. Greetings from Chicago. Everybody's in lockdown. Burglaries are down because we're all home. Everybody has to pick up because they can't say they weren't home. So that's about the upsides and the downsides depending on what way you're looking at it. And I thought I'd provide a forum where we can really share about what's going on in the world. And there's obviously in the microcosm, there's very little going on very often. In the macrocosm, there's a lot going on. So I had a big global experience this week, and that was on Friday. My phone buzzes. I wake up, it was about 8 o'clock in the morning. I see it's a 358 number. The call is coming from Finland. So I didn't know the number, but I decided to pick up. And there's a gentleman from the Ministry of Finance. And he says that you have been selected. You're a part of the Finnish stimulus program. We passed a I think it's $15 billion, some kind of a huge package. And they said all the Finns living abroad are included. We're going to send you 500 euros. The only thing you have to do is to buy Finnish. It'll stimulate your economy and it'll stimulate our economy and it'll be good for the world. It'll move us to a new era. And I said, okay, I'll give you my account number. They said, no. We'll send it in paper. We're still a forestry, largely depending on forestry. All the paper for the bills comes from Finland, so that's what we're gonna do. And within about 3 hours, there's a knock on the door, and in comes a gentleman, and he looks at me, and he takes $1 and $2 and $3 and $4 and $500. He counts it on the table, and I'm a little bit greedy. I said, when we speak in euros, he said, it's a one-to-one exchange. That's what you're gonna get. This is government. I said, fine. And then he starts walking out, and I figured I gotta be a little bit American, so I give him a 20% tip. I mean, it feels a little bit much, but I do that, and then when he walks out, I count. I have 1, I have 2, I have 3, 4, I have 5. And it felt a little bit weird. I absolutely couldn't believe that this was possible. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then pick up the money. Caroline comes in. She sees the money, and I say, look, we got a little bit of dollars from the Finnish government. And I put $100 on the table. Usually we would go out, you'd go out and celebrate for a dinner or something. But now she says, I'll go and pick it up from the grocery store. And I don't say much. And she comes back with 2 bottles of Bordeaux, wonderful cheeses, all Dutch cheeses, Gouda, and a little bit of Finnish Kainuun leipäjuusto that the Americans call juusto. And I feel a little bit bad about that, just a little bit bad about it. But hey, what the heck? So I think, okay, now, even though I'm in quarantine, I gotta do something that's okay. I put a mask on and I call an Uber. When you're a Finn and you're really wealthy, what you do is you go driving up and down in a cab. That's when you feel that you own the world. So we go up Lakeshore Drive, we go down Lakeshore Drive, we go on Northern Avenue West and on Northern Avenue East, and then I'm supposed to pay. It's gonna be about $78, but I feel posh. So I count down $200 and I hand it over. And guess what? I go out and I look and I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Honestly, at this time I was a little bit astounded. Like, how is this happening? But it is, for some reason it's happening. And it's all nice and dandy. I pile up the money, go to sleep, and it's Monday morning now, and the phone rings again, and it's the same 358 number, and I open it. I'm thinking maybe it's other $500. Well, who knows? 500 euros maybe this time. Now the voice is much more aggressive. They say, we know you haven't bought any Finnish stuff. I said, how do you know? No ei meillä niinku lukui lueta ja kirjoi pietä, mutta kyllä me tiedetään, they said. Okay, when you hear that kind of language from a Finn, you know that this is really serious. So I look at the money and I think, what are we going to do? And the government instantly has the answer. They say, we're going to subject you to 40% tax, 40% source tax. And I think it's quite a deal. I think if this magic works with them, I'm going to do well. But now we're dealing with government. So I go back and I count, and there's truly freaking $300 left. And I think, this is going to go fast. So I take 100 and I take 200 and I put them on a savings account. And I figure I'm going to save my $100. But now we've just gone into smaller numbers. So there's still $300. I don't know how this works. But after tax, there seems to be a constant of 300. So I call my friend Paul Burton and I ask Paul, hey, what's going on? Can you help me? And he says, well, you gotta invest. Savings are good, but you gotta invest. It's a bull market. And think if everybody that got this money, all the Finns across the world do the same thing, you're gonna be really fine. So I go and I put all $100, $200, and $300 down into the bull market. And the next thing you know, you wake up in the morning at 10:30 in the morning. The Dow is up, it's past 30,000. You can't believe it. You have 1, you have 2, you have 3, you have 4, you have 5, you have 6, you have 700. You know, the stock market is back. And what do we all do? We grown wiser during the crisis. And we inject in what the Finns call rokote. And rokote is something that makes you immune to the coronavirus. And that's something. So this is one way to solve the problem. And for that, I'll take a Corona. Thank you and have a good day.